when God sees fit, he summons up the great Griffon and welcomes you to walk in the room. I am upon thee.
Here's what I picture.
When I
picture a griffin flying out of the mountains.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And he's soaring across a valley.
Soaring.
He's looking for prey.
Yeah.
And then over him flies an elephon.
I'm sorry, say it again, a telephone?
Elephon?
I don't know what that is.
It's an elephant with wings. It's a flying elephant with talons.
No!
So he's flying over the griffin, and he spies the griffin, and he releases... He releases an elephant shit that has never been seen before in this world. And it hits the griffin. And the griffin falls out of the sky screaming like a bitch and splashes into the water. And the noises that griffin makes as it flies and is covered in shit in its mouth is the same sound of walking the room.
Oh, Griffon! So I go 2 weeks ago to West Palm Beach, Florida. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of shit to say about Florida. A lot of people don't. The porn star Dana D'Armond once said there are only 3 reasons you're in porn. Your daddy touched you, your daddy didn't love you, or you're from Florida. Now... Isn't that fucking awesome? But I gotta tell you something. I met Laramie fucking Dean in Florida, who's one of my very best friends. I've had nothing but good times anytime I've been there, and West Palm Beach was no exception. There's a guy, and again, we don't talk about all. There are lots of people that aren't on the Walking the Room page and blah 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 blah. But there's a guy who's been a pretty hardcore fan of the show for a long time, who is an EMT, just a fucking decent guy named Christopher Sillins. He posts a lot, and he came out fucking super fan. Now, the point I want to make to you is that he said at some point, and I've heard this from so many of the fans. Either he said something along the line of, do you think Dave would like that? Or Dave wouldn't like me? Or, like, people are afraid of you. What? Point I was trying to make.
Say it again! Say it to my face!
Billy Yost, who was in the band The Kickback, was, like, so excited that you kind of, in passing, made a vague, like, yeah, they're pretty good. Like, they're good. Like... I'm like, oh my God, you really, like somebody actually, Sillins said, that's what Sillins said. He said, you really are like the mom of the fucking podcast. I'm like, yeah, no. I'm the one that is loving and brings everyone cookies. And Dave is the one that withholds his love. Yeah. And everyone's waiting for just that fucking one, like, he looked at me. Like, it's crazy. Because you know those girls that came in, saw us in Irvine, they were like, they wrote me and said, I didn't realize Dave was a nice, I'm like, look, yes, he's a nice person.
Who can be, the way I am in the podcast is when I'm talking about shit that I get angry about. But who can? No one could sustain that outside.
It might just be people that also follow your Twitter feed. Because if I just saw your Twitter feed, I'd think you were going to fucking knife me.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah. So, because a lot of your Twitter feed is here's a lot of your Twitter feed. Yeah. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself then and don't follow me.
Yeah.
That's like every fourth or fifth. Hey, there's a new Walking the Room up. Some funny thing in a Kardashian, and then go fuck yourself at Smithy or whatever it is.
You're talking about like what I told a fellow comedian this week that I didn't like him and to quit following me.
Shit, dude. I was like, because I like to be. I mean, look, I am as much a friend of yours as a fan. I've always been a fan. You know that. I'm not kissing your ass. I just have always thought you were funny, and I was the one that said to you, you weren't fucking on Twitter. You're like, I'm not gonna do Twitter. I go, you're perfect for Twitter. You are Twitter. Twitter was made for you and Rob Delaney and Fireland. Like, there's just these people that I'm like, this is your medium, bro. These are. I mean, you want some shit. You want to. You know those little things that you. I mean, to me, I feel like, and I even feel like this for Jen Kirkman. It might be hard for the people in the world when you fucking explode, the people that have to read it, but the people who live with you are like, oh God, he's got an outlet. He can fucking fire off some shots, and then he can come to dinner. No, he'll be fine at the podcast today. He already tore down like 7 people. He's going to be fine when he comes over. But you are a genuinely nice person, and people who are fans should not be afraid of you. But they are. I mean, we just have, these are our roles, but they're also just who we are. But yeah. Do you get that? Do you get that from people like?
Yeah, people are surprised that I'm nice when they meet me. They think I'm gonna. I don't know what they think I'm gonna.
Like, what do they think?
Peel off my skin and turn into a demon. Like, I don't know what.
Well, the other thing is you laugh a lot too. So I mean, you're definitely. I mean, well, it's from the fear of dying, but. But so we're in Florida, and I'm having.
I've been to Florida. I find it an interesting place.
I get intoxicated by palm trees. I love any place.
Well, you're retarded.
I mean,
that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard from another human being. I get intoxicated by palm trees.
I love them.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
I see palm trees just give me fucking hope.
You're an idiot.
They make me feel.
You're a fucking moron.
They make me feel so happy.
I'm going to put that on your goddamn gravestone, and I'm making that gravestone tomorrow. I get intoxicated by palm trees. You're a fucking moron. How stupid are you? Oh my god! That's the kind of simplicity that drives me to a rage. Hey, hey guys! I just like bushes. I just enjoy bushes. I see a bush and I feel high. I just feel high.
I love.
You know what I like?
A palm tree.
You know what I enjoy? Clouds. Oh, I see a cloud.
Oh, you put a cloud and a palm tree together, and you got yourself an afternoon.
Oh god!
It might almost be like you've just added to my pleasure of palm trees because of the fury that you just went into.
So stupid.
If I wasn't so handsome and successful, it would bother me.
We've gone off track.
Anyway,
nothing is making sense.
Anyway, so I like the.
It's a fascinating place.
It is. That's what I like about it. I mean, you don't know what the fuck is out there.
No,
I mean,
you don't.
When
there's swamps, there's
when the fucking
meth.
When the lights go down, when it gets dark in Florida, the triple dick tranny comes out. Like, it is.
That's the crazy thing.
No.
There's like a huge.
And then there's. I mean, they gave us they gave Jeff and I a bodyguard to walk us back to the car.
What?
I mean, there's a guy. He works at the club. He's the doorman, but he's also.
You had to have a guy walk you to the car.
Yeah, because
how far away was the car?
A couple blocks. He was a Marine.
You need a Marine to walk you,
dude. He was fucking fascinating. He didn't elaborate, but he goes. I said, "Did you see any action?" He goes, "I went in right after. I was on the first crew right after 9/11." And he goes, "We went there to do something with a plan, and when we got there, we did something else and had a different plan." And he goes, "And wow, I did not like that administration. I'm not completely convinced that dude was killed, if you know what I'm saying."
Oh, really?
He's like,
interesting.
He goes, "Really? So we show the execution of Saddam, but we not even a snapshot?"
Yeah, I get why you don't release a snapshot.
I mean, I do too, but there is that thing where you kind of go, "I didn't ever get to see anything." I mean, we saw Kurt Cobain's body.
Yeah, and that was
a fucking
sexy. Right?
Oh my god, you're fucked up.
I will never forget when I was sitting at a table at Cobb's.
Dana.
We were there together.
It was Dana.
Dana
Gould had the fucking.
He just dropped it on the table.
It was a fucking. You didn't
headshot.
You didn't even know.
Kurt's fucking gone head.
We didn't even know. You didn't even know what you were looking at. It was just a tube.
I'm like, what is that?
It was a tube going. It was a long thin tube going into
meat.
A meat
hole in someone's head.
It would be like if someone took a photo of this show. It was that moment you have in life where you don't know what you're looking at, and the second you do, everything in your body goes cold.
I wish I wasn't looking at that.
Because they had to, because by law, even if it's quite obvious that half your body's gone, they have to try and revive you.
Yeah.
So they put a tube into where his mouth used to have been.
There's nothing there. It's just a giant hole.
You know that stupid phrase people say, "I can't unsee that or unhear that"?
Yeah, I can never unsee it. It's always in my fucking head.
Yeah.
And he goes,
"That's what a guy said about my first DVD, by the way."
Don't you say, "Hey, gentlemen, would you like to see a picture of Kurt Cobain's hole in his head?" And then the response is no. Instead of throwing it on the table and going,
put it in a folder where at least you can pull the.
He's carrying it around.
Oh my god! But that was in those days.
Hey, that was a good show. Was it me, you, and Dana?
I think it was me, you, and Dana.
That's a good show.
Yeah, I think it was a fucking great show. I think it was me, you, and Dana. That was good. So the shows are great. This is in Florida. I mentioned this before last week. Jeff Bodart was the feature. He did a great job. And but he said he had a new bit, and I said, try the new bit. He got a new bit about smokers outside. It was a funny thing he was doing. Hey, try the new bit. So he's trying the new bit, and some woman just fucks it up for him. And you know when you're trying something new, and I could tell, like, it was a bit that, like, you know those bits where you go, this doesn't even have a fucking setup. It's just, it's something I'm going to act out, and then I'm going to see where it's going to go. And he's a guy that'll take a chance and write on stage, but he also is doing it because I asked him to, right? The headliner said, try it. So he's doing it, and this woman fucks it up, wrecks it.
Love it.
He gets pissed. He doesn't get out of it great. She's shitty. I hate those people. He did the best he could, but I think he called her a bitch, and then
That's all right. That's all right. She had that coming.
I come up on stage. The rest of the crowd is fucking awesome. 15 minutes in, it's just going great. It's going great.
You're killing.
I'm doing,
You're fucking killing. You're killing it.
Suddenly, this fucking...
Is it the same woman?
The same woman.
Jesus Christ.
Leans back in her chair and goes...
Wait, can you... How old is she?
I can't see, but she's mid-30s.
Uh-huh.
And she says, talk about the book. The book. And I go into a rage where... I said this to somebody else. I'm like, fuck. You know when the word... And we don't use it other than just as a joke or the English version of it. But all of a sudden I'm like, and I've seen Louis do it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You fucking cunt. Because I want to hurt back.
Yeah.
I want to hurt back.
Yeah.
But I don't. I just go, hang on a moment. I've written a bit about you, and I'm going to do it now. And I do that entire bit about eviscerating the woman at the club in New York, and about how I told her that she was but I was looking at her. I'm like, you're a fucking shitty fucking person with no heart and no soul. You ruined the show for everybody. And when I finished that bit, it was almost like
was the crowd laughing?
They adore. This other woman who's sitting next to her goes, you destroyed her. Because you didn't even get mad at her. You just told the whole story. I started with the origin of the book all the way through. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I do a bit where I flip out on stage in New York. It's a true story about me flipping out on the stage. Same type of woman who talked through my whole show, and at the end, I just fucking scream at her.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go well, but I make my point, and I ruin this woman's life, and then she starts crying and lifts up the book, and she's like, oh, my boyfriend, and a guy stands up in the club and goes, no wonder nobody will fuck you.
Yeah.
And then the crowd goes, ooh, and then another guy stands up and goes, I'll fuck her. The crowd, whatever. So that's the bit, but I got to make the point artistically. I got to fucking go, oh no, this is you. This is why I told the story the best I've ever told it. It's almost like I never want to tell it again. Because I'm like, this is why I quit stand-up. I quit stand-up because I love the book and I believe that people should fucking get help. And I think if you have information to help people, but I just want to do stand-up. And I'm doing stand-up, and I'm 15 minutes into my set tonight, and everyone else is liking it.
You're also in a fucking comedy club. You're not in a goddamn lecture hall.
Shit.
Where the fuck do you think you are? The fucking entitlement.
The guy before
That's
me.
what you want. Do you see everyone else around you enjoying themselves?
The guy before me just did a whole big bit about fucking fish. Actually fucking them. Why? How are you not getting with it? It is
like
hot.
A trout situation?
You know, he's got a whole thing that he does. Then he sells a T-shirt.
They're wet and they're tight.
Oh, God.
God, you ever put your dick in a carp?
Oh, I love it. Tell me about it. You ever done that? You ever done this, dude? You ever just...
if you get a live...
You ever roll up?
Get a live catfish.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're suckers. Yeah. And you take it off the hook, and that thing's still flapping, and you put your dick out there. That little son of a bitch will suck you clean.
Let me tell you something. You ever roll up on an orange roughie? Not even in the water, just at the supermarket. You just get that guy to open the case and you drop your shit on top of it, right? Like you know what I'm doing? I'm getting this thing ready to cook. Hang on.
You know what the worst is though?
Have you ever had orange roughie?
Have you ever done a walleye? Because I was letting a walleye hammer at my cock one time, and I kept going, "What are you looking at?" Because I thought that he was looking all around the room, and finally he was like, "I'm a walleye, bro," and I was like, "Noted."
You want to lose some listeners? You ever cover a salmon in your own cum and panko breadcrumbs? You ready to lose some listeners?
It's odd you asked that. I have. Because I've been to Seattle, and that's exactly what I've done.
Oh, my God. I don't know why I thought about this, because this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just... heard a story about somebody. Oh, there's an article about the origins of Lollapalooza, and it's in the new Spin. And there's a guy talking about going to the up in Seattle, going to the fish market with Perry Farrell, where he's just literally around walking from store to store stealing stuff.
What?
Just fucking and screaming at the top of his lungs and putting shit in his pants. Gibby. It's Gibby from the Butthole Surfers goes, we go to this thing, and he's yelling at the top of his lungs, high on something and stealing shit, and then he goes, I have to follow around behind him and pay for stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, back to the story. Bodat does his fish story, he kills.
Yeah, I go back, that thing. So then that was it. So I had that thing where there was an expectation, and the expectation is still out there. I usually can derail it, and I started my stand-up by doing stand-up, and then there's a point where I go, some of you, I don't know why you're here, most of you. Now I know, because I always start every show now by putting in a little bit. I seen it. When I say I saw y'all been cone dog, and I seen it, and I know that they're here when I go, why you got the cone dog when you know you got friend? And when I hear, and I'll do it every show just to get a sense of it. And like the first show Thursday night, there was like 20 people.
Yeah.
Second show Friday night, not a fucking soul.
Oh, really?
So that's just a few minutes of me being insane on stage doing non sequitur. So there was maybe that Sunday, there was like maybe 2 or 3, but not a lot. And a couple people who'd come back had seen the show and then decided they were going to listen to the podcast that weekend. Mm-hmm. But this woman, fucking her expectation and that thing of like, even when I go to see a band and they don't play the song that I like, I don't ask for it.
Right.
I don't scream out. I feel like I went to see this band. They've got an agenda for me. They wrote a set list. They know what they want to do.
You like it or you don't.
Maybe I'll be disappointed to not hear it.
Shit you didn't want to fucking see.
Maybe I should let them fucking be artists.
Well, it's just the entitlement of you are my clown.
You are my clown.
That's what I want you to do.
Yeah, and also the dismissiveness of 15 minutes of 15 minutes of new. It's all new. I mean, newish. It's all stuff that I'm like working on or have been working on, and it's good and it's real and it's new to me, and I'm trying to fucking stay in this thing and be a good comic so that people think, fuck, I've seen this guy. You can go see him. Every time you see him, it's different. You get a little bit old, you get a little bit of new, but every time you have a decent time. So I'm trying to give them that show, and I'm going to fucking address it.
Yeah.
We're only 15 minutes in. I usually say at the beginning, I don't know why you're here, but if you're here because I wrote a book that was turned into a feature film, you may not know the title of it, and then I fucking say Twilight or some shit, whatever. So it just, I don't know. I was disappointed that still remains, and I suppose that'll be there
for a while. It was a big fucking book. You were on to Okra. What's her name? Is it Okra? Okay, so this reminds me of what Patton just sent me. This is amazing. A mumbling asshole just called me from Tampa, Florida. No one I know. He says, I got your phone number. You bought a thing from a friend of mine on eBay, and I looked at the sheet, and I got your phone number. So some guy who Patton bought something from someone on eBay.
Don't say something. You can say, just say what it is. It was a doll.
So Patton bought a doll, a fucky lady, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Patton collects.
Well, there's two things Patton does.
Yeah.
He fucks real dolls.
Right.
But he also collects tiny dolls because Patton has a dollhouse. And part of the reason that you get these emails is not because you guys are friends, but because he owns dolls and has a dollhouse, but gets confused. Sometimes he wants what we call a Big Little Dollhouse explanation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From you,
Mo. So,
hi everybody, welcome to Big Little Dollhouse explanations.
Okay, so Patton says to the guy.
I just want to say one word and then you go forward. Tiny hammers. Laying in little.
Okay, now today we're gonna discuss the foyer of the dollhouse, and then what you want to do is get a not so thick carpet. Okay, so
that's what you asked for. The door not so thick.
Not so thick carpet. Yeah, well, you go to Dollhouse and Parham. You'll see what I'm talking about.
My wife says to me, she goes, Melanie's mom collects miniatures. Maybe you and Dave should go talk to her. I go, it's not real. And now I'm thinking we should.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy calls it Patton and says he got his name off a fucking sheet, which means he was over at someone's house or whatever, and he looked at someone's information and was like, "Oh, Patton Oswald's number. I'll take that."
Would that be described? That's Hobotang.
Well, that's fucking crazy Hobotang. Right? So then this gets crazy Hobotang. So then Patton says, "I'm not comfortable with you having my phone number, and this is very impolite that you're calling me." And then the dude says, "Well, it's my wife's birthday, and I need you to call her because she sees you on your TV show." And Patton says, "Look, I would appreciate it if you didn't use this phone number." And the guy says, "But I got your number off a sheet. I got your number now, so you can call my wife." And then Patton just hung up on him. Is that the fucking craziest? The fucking, it's the same thing as the woman. The entitlement of just like, okay, well, this is what I need.
Right.
You're going to do it. You're a fucking dancing clown.
No, you're a thing that we all own, and I'm going to use it now. I'm using it now. I don't want it to talk. I don't want it to talk about losing weight, and I don't want it to talk about sticking its dick in a Cadbury egg. I want it to talk. Hey! I wanted to talk about the book. My husband is a dick, and I want to fucking leave him, but I can't. So if you could talk to me, because my needs outweigh the needs of the fucking other 400 people in the room. You fucking...
Could you imagine getting a celebrity's phone number off a sheet? And okay, hey, hold on, I'm gonna call Shatner right now. And hey, Will, got your number off a thing. I know my son is a huge fan of Star Trek. You just give him a little wrinkle dingle there, buddy, and you let him know that you're a friend. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, is this Christina Aguilera? Hi, Christine. Hang on just a second. I got your number from a thing. Hang on. You don't have to go. I'm just about to come. Help me come. Would you sing?
You know what Patton should have done? He should have gone, okay, give me your number. Ring. Hey, is this Bridget? Yeah. Your husband, this is Patton Oswalt, a guy, your husband is the worst fucking piece of shit on the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. And he invaded my privacy, and because of that, I don't like him, and I don't like you, and you should just go fuck yourself.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, click.
Fuck. It's so strange.
Or just, hey, is this Bridget? Yeah, hold on a second. Oh God, it's Patton Oswalt. I'm almost there. And it just fucking, is it called sperming?
Wow, you got to.
I think it's called sperming, and then just sperming.
Look, part of the deal with being in show business is that people get to know you, and you offer yourself to them, and then they do make these connections with you on a certain level, and you want them to because that's what makes them fans. But there are just some people who simply don't know where it ends. They don't know the boundaries. They don't know their expectations. I had a woman say to me, as I was walking out of the club the other night, she said, "Oh, you're better looking up close than from the stage." Now,
Jesus Christ!
I mean that.
But I will give her this from 20 feet away. You are horrifying. You are like a fucking monster. Have you seen the Elephant Man?
Every time I make a video of some kind, someone goes, "Don't put him in a medium shot."
Do you ever hear from the back of the room, "Oh God, are those scars?" Do you ever hear that? Because it's not.
A few times. But it's a funny thing. Like, why would you say that to me? Why would you say any of that to me, even if it was a fact, whether you thought I was fucking delicious or not? Like, why would you? But no boundaries. And almost like, well, you were up there, so I can say this. I'm going to go ahead. You put yourself up there to be looked at, so I'm going to give you an assessment of what it is. Fucking people are insane.
Yeah, they really are.
Insane. And by the way, if well, you wouldn't be because you're listening to this podcast, but if you aren't listening to this podcast and you're hoping I'm going to disappoint you even more, it's like, wow, because one of the things I have found, like that night that I said God's vagina. And the women in the front row, the tattooed girls walked out, and they hated the show. I'm really glad to lose people at this point. I am actually trying to, as I do sometimes in the closet, just go, you know what? I don't need any of this anymore, and I go through and I purge stuff. I'm ready to purge and just have like a hardcore following of the 9 people that listen to this program.
Yes,
and 5 of them are just fans of yours. So I have 4 fans.
And we'll be right back after this message from Tuna Fish. Hey,
that gets deleted.
Curious
no,
George.
You go back. You go back.
Why? That was a fucking metal, 80s metal. Walk in the room! And
That's just fucking horseshit.
Curious George is a cartoon that my son enjoys. And it's a man who lives in an apartment with his monkey.
When you're walking in the room. When you're walking into my room. Walk into room, walk in the room. Days, ever know.
Here's the problem.
What up?
I make mine nice. Nice and short. Yours is like
Skate up and date. Yada
it's like a double album of fucking horseshit.
Zed and dip.
Curious George is a monkey who lives with a man in a city apartment.
Yes, I know Curious George.
I consider myself to be the man, and I consider you to be the monkey. I mean, that when I watch it, I go, that's me and Greg.
That's right. And I'll tell you why. Because I am curious. I am so curious about you and how you fucking exist.
Yeah.
How do you stay afloat?
Quaaludes.
And then two fucking...
What?
Do you like fondue?
No. What? Why?
I just mimed 2 fondue forks right into your eyes with beef on them. Hot beef skewers into your eyeballs, brother.
I
dipped them in the hot oil. Well, I didn't feed them to you. I did you the favor of not putting them in your mouth.
What I said was no.
Here's my cock.
Don't.
You know what you like? A hot cockachino, because you like it dense. You like it dense. You like a hot cockachino.
I'd like a hot. I'd like a hot cockachino with put some
50% less what?
Put some cream on there, and you put a lot of cream on there.
Oh, con crema?
Yeah, I'd like a con crema.
When I was in Spain, you know what I like saying? Agua. How do you like my stories that start when I was in Spain?
Well, yeah,
when I was in
braggerish.
Do you remember when I went to Spain? You know, when I went to Spain?
I watched it because you had to stay with my ex-girlfriend.
Yes, and a girl for whom we've just concluded recording her first album.
But when you went,
Karen Kilgariff.
I believe I was heartbroken at the time.
I don't think so. Was that? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was right on the time because I remember watching.
We were just fucking. There was nothing but drunk.
Greg and Karen went to cover the Running of the Bulls.
Running of the Bulls and
for ESPN?
For ESPN, like 3 or something.
Trace.
For the Trace. Or the maybe we went for Siete.
Yeah.
And we went with no understanding of what it was. It was a fascinating...
How do you not know what it is?
No, but I mean, like...
Oh, yeah, there was no internet then.
No, but we had to cover it, right, for ESPN. But they're funny, there'll be comics, it'll be fun. And what happens is they run for 7 days, and we went and we watched them, and then on the last day, we did it live. But what they do is they run down the street and people jump out of the way and they trample people and it's fun, and then they get into the bull ring, and then the whole town of Pamplona is in the city of Pamplona. They're all in the bull ring, and then the bulls chase them around and you see people jump over fences and stuff like this. Well, on our day, the bulls made it really quickly through town. They went straight through the arena and into the pen. So we were done 5 minutes into the broadcast. And they were just going fucking cover. And I was doing things like, hey, if it's 8 a.m. and there's bulls outside, you're in Spain, Karen, out to the parking lot. Karen was covering the scene out in the parking lot. Well, nothing was going on in the parking lot. So we were just bouncing back and forth trying to make shit
3
up.
hours?
No, it's just an hour broadcast. But it was only, or not even that. But it's still. If your show's over 5 minutes in, sort of like our talk show was, or the series was over after the first 5 minutes. This
sounds very similar to that. This is basically what you did then.
Exactly.
Greg, back to you.
Except for that I couldn't tell Karen that I wanted to stab her in the eyes or split her open and stick my hands inside of her to warm myself.
That would have gotten some attention on ESPN3, the Trace.
That would have been, I think, 2 people covering a bullfight, never talking about it, but talking about the things that they should pick up with their buttholes. That is a show I want to see.
This is a good time to bring up Grandma. Hey, now it all makes sense because I couldn't figure out what the fuck was happening when I was watching it.
What's happening? We're
You
two
look
people
panicked,
and I'm sure sweaty from a night of booze.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to say when I was there was, besides dos cervezas, dos más cervezas, was agua con gas.
What is it? Balls? Was that
agua con gas? Agua con gas.
Water?
Mineral water. Agua with gas. That's what they call this. Water with gas.
You're great to have at parties
because they make it with their buttles.
Don't talk out loud.
Right into a bottle with the bottle. Bottle, agua con gas.
You're an adult.
Dos amigos, enjoy agua con gas. By the way, our show is brought to you by Agua con Gas.
No, it's...
Yeah, our show is brought to you by Agua con Gas and Grip 'em Ups.
Okay, Grip 'em Ups, yes.
Grip'emUps.com.
I'm in on Grip 'em Ups.
Grip 'em Up, grab it. Do you know what's so sad? When I've told you this. I told you that I tried to explain the show to Ben. Still,
yeah, you told him that.
And then I was trying to explain it this weekend to. I was at an event where there were many podcasting fans, and there were people that clearly had not heard our show, and I tried to explain Grip 'em Ups to a table full of people.
Good luck.
And a few people liked it, and one guy got up and took his plate to another table.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think it was when I said
the proper response.
Well,
that gentleman is a normal person.
He was okay until I said, I do Grip 'em Ups because I like to keep my asshole tight. But Dave's, he said he's blown his asshole out, and that's when the guy went, I don't think I can eat my bacon, and he got up, took himself away. He took himself away.
You know what? God bless that guy.
Right?
He's living life right. Everyone else is a fucking degenerate.
Another girl. I was at the Max FunCon thing. This was last weekend, and I was at Max FunCon, and another woman came up to me. This very sweet lady, and leaned into my ear and said, "How you is?" And I leaned back and said, "Run away from me." Okay. Here's the thing. Go look. Stop listening. You're pretty.
Yeah.
You smell nice.
You don't. You don't want this path.
Stop
this is not the path for you.
It's weird to try and talk people out of this when we know it's wrong. We're stuck.
Yeah,
we're in hell.
We're in the gutter. Why would you want to?
I know I'm in hell because
we're an example of things going wrong. We're not an example of you to follow.
By the way, if you've been listening for over a year now, it hasn't changed. I met with my manager.
It's not good.
I met with my manager on Friday,
yeah.
and if a human being could be a group of words, if a human being could actually embody a group of words, like if he sat down and he was just words, those words were, I got nothing. I got nothing, kid. I got nothing. I literally don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. I mean, kudos on the blood on Ellen's pussy, and all the great work you're doing with Grip 'em Ups. And it's kudos to you and your buddy talking in a closet. But I got nothing.
I wrote a sketch when I was in a Swartzen show, and they liked it, and they wanted to turn it into a recurring character. And so they sent me. I got a text a couple days ago that said, "Hey, did you finish writing the rewrite of that sketch?" And I said, I just texted back. I said, "No, because I just was at the read through and I didn't have time to apply any notes. So if you guys want me to come in, just let me know." Nothing. That was the end of the conversation.
Why? I don't understand. What do you mean? They
just have someone else write it. Dude. It's where it is. This is where my
No, we don't need you to come in. We need to look. We can't pay you more money for your idea, but we can give that idea to somebody else for whom.
Somebody more.
It's all under
ready to
write your idea.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Look, it's just going to be someone that's more ready to write your idea.
I could use the money, but whatever.
It's all right, dude.
I
got nothing.
Let me tell you about my trip to Seattle.
However, the show is being sponsored by Agua con Gas. Agua con Gas. If you want water with gas, Agua con Gas and Grip 'em Ups.
Mm-hmm. I went to Seattle this weekend. I spent.
That's where you went.
I would not this weekend. I went just one night.
Yeah.
So I spent a total of $18 because I don't have any fucking money. I got a trip flown up with Drew, my friend Drew, who owns part of the Seattle Sounders. So he was like, "You want to come up?" And I said, "Yeah." Can I bring Finn? Because we want to see if Finn can handle travel. Because 2-year-olds you know, you don't know what you're fucking getting.
Right.
You don't know. You
I
take
don't know.
a kid on a trip, you don't know what it's going to be. It could be a lunatic previously when we've taken them on trips, the nighttime part where you're laying in a bed and you're sleeping has involved screaming and crying the whole time.
Because he doesn't know where he is, and he's
he's just freaked out.
Right.
So,
but that's how I sleep.
I know,
right?
No, I know. I've slept with you. Us in a tent.
What I do is I go to sleep, and in my sleep I check my phone messages, and no one's called, and then I scream. Yeah,
is that why you scream, "My manager, my manager"?
I do scream. Yeah, I scream.
It's like Finn screams, "Mommy." You scream, "My manager."
My manager.
So. The whole idea was take him up there and get a feel how this would work. So it's a private plane.
Right.
He flies us up. So my kid's smart. He knew there was a pool in the hotel. So the whole time we're flying, he's yelling pool.
He's got a goal, man.
He's got a get it. There's a place where we land. The pool, of course, was fucking freezing.
No.
Like, heat your pool, fancy hotel. So then we were just fucking cold. But anyway, so we do the whole thing, and Dre's a 6-year-old kid, so 6-year-old kids play a little rougher.
Yeah.
So Finn is he's trying to hang in there, but he's getting knocked down. He's getting knocked out. He's constantly fucking getting hurt and crying.
Sure.
And at one point during the game, they go into the bathroom together, and I'm like, oh, fuck, where are they? And I run back there, and Connor, the other kid, has his head in the toilet. He doesn't have his head in the water. He just puts his head into the bowl and goes, blah, 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 blah. And then Finn does the same thing. Mm-hmm. He goes, boo! And I go, no, you guys. And Finn jumps up and looks at me.
By the way,
because he feels like he's been caught. Now this is, yeah.
I was just gonna, that is our show. that is if you wanted to like shoot if you wanted to shoot like an advertisement for our program,
yeah,
it's just two babies shouting into a toilet. That is our show. Two babies shouting into a toilet. We're done. We're done.
So,
right?
Yeah. No, it's spot on.
Yeah.
So Finn.
And you're the 6-year-old, by the way. You're the mean one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm Finn.
So
I got a cape on and a pink vacuum. Did he take his pink vacuum with him or not?
No, he doesn't carry. That was just at that fair that he picked up.
I know, but it lives for me.
He doesn't want. I know. So you need to let him grow instead of keeping him in that one fucking moment.
I know.
Because you're killing him.
I know. I do that.
You're killing my boy.
I know.
So Finn said about it. He looks up. Connor puts his head back down to do it again, even though I've just said no. And then, so Finn also goes to look down because he's 2, because he's hey, let's both put our head in there. They won't fucking fit. And then Connor whips his head up, bam, right on the front of Finn's forehead, so it's like a fucking headbutt.
Yeah.
And this is how it works. Like, it's not like Connor was being malicious. He just, you're hitting kids. So now he's got this big red mark right in the middle of his forehead, right? Big welt. And 10 minutes later, Connor goes, oh, he has a birthmark? Yeah, it's like a 10-minute-old birthmark that you gave him, but don't worry about it. So he took a couple other knocks, and so he's got the one red one right in the middle of his head, and then he's got like a big one on the top of his forehead from hitting a table, right? So he's got these 2 giant red marks.
Yep.
He just looks like he's been through a fucking battle, right? So the game ends, and we go into the elevator. I think we're going to get in the cars to go back to the hotel, and all of a sudden we make a right turn when we get at the bottom of the elevator. We make a right turn, and all of a sudden we're out on the field.
After the game.
Oh,
that's always great.
And I'm like, okay, well, this is fucking crazy.
Being on the field of any sporting, even like on a minor league baseball field when those lights are up,
awesome.
It just feels. I mean, even in high school, I liked it.
Yeah.
When you're on a lit field at night, there's something really fucking
great.
Electric, right? Yeah, that's a cool. So for him, that's a huge.
Yeah, so
he must have just lost his fucking mind.
He's also at this point he's fucking exhausted.
Well, it's a long day.
His bedtime is 7:30 usually. It's now 10:30.
Well, he took that toilet shot in the face.
Yeah, he took the toilet shot in the face.
Yeah.
He did.
He's got that new birthmark.
I gave him a bump.
Yeah,
like 6. So he did a. Have you heard of the Red Bull meth combo?
No.
Red meth? It's
a bump. You just bumped him, right?
I gave him a bump.
Right.
So he's
chewing on the inside of his mouth, but he's doing all right.
But he's not coming down off his bump now.
Right. But the weird thing is he's speaking with like a Southie accent. He's got like he's gone full the fighter on you.
What's hilarious is you can't do it. You thought about doing it right then, and I saw your brain go.
You thought me do the accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You thought about doing the accent, and then you said, I brought up an accent that I can't fucking do.
No.
You want me to do a Southie accent? I'll fucking do it.
Can you do it?
Hello, how are you?
That's so fucking the worst.
How are you doing? I'm from South Boston.
If we'd just been watching The Town, I could do it. But because we haven't, I was like, well, I want to be able to do a CC DeVille or, oh, you got freedom. Why you got
That's straight out of South Boston right there.
What's that?
I'll do South Boston.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's horrible. That's like barely Long Island. That's barely Long Island.
Hey, don't come into Southie, all right?
All right. Hey, fucking Josh. Hey, Josh. There's no Josh, but I just like to say, hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
How do we not get, like, improv work? How do we not... Like, I don't understand why... Like, they didn't...
You blew our one shot on the Super Ego podcast with your fucking horrible scheduling.
I know.
You fucking retard.
I almost feel like
back in the door.
I will get us back on that. I love those fucking guys.
It's the best podcast out there, and you fucking...
What's going to happen? They're going to go... We're going to get there, and they're going to go, all right, well, Dave's pretty quick. What do you do, Greg? And I'm going to go, can CC DeVille be on something? What I like to do is play like a D chord, something like that. I'll go down to Largo and see John Bryan. I really like PJ Harvey. I listen to this. I've been starting to listen to podcasts. I listen to Walking the Room. And sometimes what I like to say is, yeah, you got a friend.
I was.
Why you
do that? I imagine myself hitting your toes with a hammer, like just hitting your toes with a hammer.
How you is okay. And what's weird is I imagine coming when you do that.
Okay, well that's a mental disorder. Like you have a legitimate reason to go. I wish this wasn't recording. I looked at it, and at that point, I hope we weren't recording. But who fucking comes like that?
I do.
You come like a bobblehead doll. You're like a bobblehead doll on an orgasm. Your wife must have a great time with that.
She's moved on.
Does she close her eyes and silently cry while you guys have sex?
In the bed and in the kitchen. It doesn't matter the time of day. As long as I come around the corner, there's just a weeping and a feeling that she could have done better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. She's been working out a lot lately. I suspect she's leaving. Like, the way she got dressed today just to go to the movies, I'm like, yeah, no, she's trolling. She's leaving.
She's getting ready.
She's leaving.
She's getting ready for the jump.
Look. And I gotta say, hats off to her. If I got my relationship hat on, I'm telling that woman to move.
You know what? Who would blame a woman for climbing out of the toilet mid-flush? Who would do that? No one. Who would blame a woman? Oh my God! Are you choking to death? Yes! He's choking to death! Oh my God! I almost killed you!
Who would?
Oh, sweet victory was so close! Oh, yes! Die! Die!
Who would blame a woman for climbing out the toilet mid-flush? Fuck, that is my life. That is so perfect. That's like a Hallmark card from a friend. Honey, climb. That's the new book. Jump mid-flush. Jump mid-flush.
All right.
So you're on the brightly lit.
So we're on the field
of Seattle. And where do they play? They play in the Kingdom?
Westfield, which is in Seattle. It's where the Seahawks play.
Okay.
It's a Seahawks. Yeah. It's the Seahawks / Sounders Stadium. So, on the field now, I bought a little ball for him, so he's got his little soccer ball.
Yeah.
And I throw it down. He dribbles around. He loves the dribbling, and he also loves to pick it up and run and throw it at me. Mm-hmm. So he's doing that. And then...
That's why my wife's leaving me, by the way. She does not love the dribbling.
Out of your asshole.
Attaboy.
So he picks it up and he comes over to me, and these two girls come over, and they appear to be 3. And they go, we want to play. And Finn goes, mine. And I go, you know what? He's tired. I don't want to take the ball away from him. I don't want to deal with it. And I go, you guys, can you find another ball? There's a lot of balls around. And then he takes off. He feels the fucking heat. He's like, this shit is not going well. And he just starts running with the ball, right? So he's got the ball in his hand, and he's fucking sprinting. And he's sprinting towards the center line. And he gets his center.
But why is he running?
Because he knew they wanted his ball.
Who did these other?
Finn knew these two girls wanted the ball.
Yeah.
And he said mine a couple of times. They weren't leaving, and then he went on.
How old are these girls?
3.
Okay.
Are you listening to the fucking story?
No, but I gotta read. I gotta. Well, no, I don't listen to anything you say. But every once in a while, I think, oh, that might be interesting, and I check back in.
Okay, so
I feel like I'm just like the listener. We were like
listeners. No listener.
The listener was like, "Oh, is that a fucking Arby's?" Like they were.
There's no listener that is this retarded as you. You're fucking.
They just looked down at there.
You are slow Jim.
I was about to say that
this process. You're slow Jim.
I was about to say.
Hey Jim, what are we doing today?
I was about to say that
gonna go down to the store. Attaboy.
I was about to say that the listener, and I said, sees an Arby's, right? And then I was about to say, or the listener looks down at the treadmill, but then I realized there are listeners,
right?
So they look across the room at the treadmill, and they go and they roll back.
At this point, I feel like I'm just placating Slow Jim, and I'm just listening to his fucking recap stories. I could give a shit. I'm thinking about something else because Slow Jim's hard to be around.
I get it. I am him.
So Finn is running towards the half line. 2 girls chasing him, 3 years old, and he gets to the half line and he decides to make a fucking hard right, like he's going to lose them. Makes a hard right, starts running toward the sideline. And I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, we'll see where this goes. I think they're probably going to catch him and take the ball away, and they'll have to deal with it. And he makes a hard right, and then he runs all the way to the sideline. And then he makes a turn, and there's advertisement boards.
Right?
Side.
Yeah.
And then he makes a turn inside. So he's now going on the outside of the advertisement boards. And then right as he gets to the edge of the advertisement board, I see the girl reach out. Now he's running full speed. And she pushes him. And then I see him go down. And I just hear fucking screaming. So I run over there.
Right.
I turn the corner. And there's a metal bench where the players sit.
Oh!
So, what had happened was, she had pushed him right at the perfect fucking moment where he falls forward and his head slams into the bench. So he's got like the grill marks of where the players sit like on his forehead. So now his forehead is just covered in like battle wounds from the evening, and he is out of his fucking mind. Like losing it, like I've never seen. It's like the worst I've ever seen him take a fucking fall or anything. Right. And this dude takes falls.
Now let me ask you something. I have 2 questions about it. One of them is, are you practicing your alibi? Because he talked too much during the game. Because that's cool with me.
Yeah.
That's cool with me.
Yeah. I
Number
got that
2,
one up.
do these girls have parents, or are they feral? Are they Seattle's feral children, the ones that grow and just live around the area? Are they feral beasts, or are they?
No, there was a parent involved.
Right. Okay.
So
he's fucked up.
So now he's fucking losing. I throw my camera down. I throw throw my shit down. I grab him. He's like inconsolable, out of his fucking mind. Like I've never seen.
Where's the ball?
The ball is sitting at my feet.
Okay.
And I look at the girl, and she says like, "Oh, he fell." I go, I saw it. He didn't fall. You pushed him. I know you didn't mean to hurt him, but you did hurt him very badly. And she goes, Are we gonna play? We're gonna play? No. This is the end of play.
Right.
She's
me in this scenario. She doesn't get what's going on.
Give a fuck.
She does not listen.
She could give a fuck. She's like, we're gonna play, right? Look, someone's really fucking hurt. Right, but let's play ball. We're gonna play, right? Play ball.
Yeah.
So I go. You should just leave.
Yeah.
I go. You should go find another ball and take off. And then the dad comes over and he goes, what happened? What's going on? And I go, he ran in the corner, she pushed him into the bench, and he's like, oh, like he was just bummed. And he goes, can you say you're sorry? And at this point, she is now just head down, like she's been caught. Like now that the dad's there, the dude's up, it's no longer about the ball. And she says she's sorry, and I go, and the dude's just fucking bummed because he sees how bad the situation is.
Is Finn bleeding?
He's not bleeding from anywhere, but I'm worried about like his neck, or like I'm worried about that. And then the dad like just keeps apologizing. I go, don't worry about it. I just got to take care of this. And so he goes off, and then I look across a minute later. So I'm still crying, and I look up, and the guy and there's two girls, and so they're both talking to Drew, and I want to be like, don't fucking talk to that asshole, like
Yeah.
But,
right.
But so then when we get Finn calmed down and then we get him in the car and he's like, ouch, and he keeps holding his neck and going, ow, push, ball, ow, like that's just the whole fucking story. I get back into the hotel room and I could just see the the fucking girl, like he literally he could have lost an eye if it had hit him, like it was right on his eyebrow, like his big well. So it was pretty funny. And today my wife asked him what happened, and he said push, and then he grabs his jaw and pushes straight up, like he's telling us that his neck fucking whipped back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he seemed fine though, He seemed fine, but it was the fucking worst.
It's terrible, and it's hard if you don't have kids. It's sort of hard to imagine, but if you do have kids, you totally get it. Even when another kid hurts your kid's feelings, you have this. You want to step to a 3-year-old.
Yeah, that's
you literally want to go. You really want to go. Whoa! What the fuck? What did you just do? No. I know you're 3. Hey, can I tell you something? If you fuck with True or Mighty again, it's on. It is so on. And it's weird. Well, that's obviously they don't fucking know what they did.
I mean, they know what they did, but they didn't mean it.
No, they didn't mean to do it. Right. They weren't. There wasn't. Yeah, she was like, I'm taking this guy down.
But my wife, as a psychologist, she said the girl did purposefully wait until they were at the advertisement boards because she knew she wouldn't be seen as well. She says that's how the girls work. Like they on some level they get like this is the place to do this.
I don't think any of our listeners would disagree. I don't think any of the women that so fondly follow this podcast would disagree. Women are pure evil. Men are these bright lights, these bright spirits, we're sort of like
a halo, like a floating,
I'm a babe in the woods. I'm happiness.
Well, when the girl was sitting there, I was holding Finney, was crying. I looked at her and I said, "Show me your tail. Show me your fucking tail, demon." That was what I said.
That could be construed as intense.
And she said, "Cake? I like cake." Like she was bullshitting me.
She didn't.
But no, there was a conscious in my head. I'm holding my crying kid. There was a conscious effort to go, do not yell at that kid. Do not make that kid feel bad.
Of course.
Because I wanted to go, get the fuck out of here.
Well, at the end of the day, look, we're all just fucking animals. And, you have your pride, and then you just fucking, anything that comes within distance of
you swat them away with your fucking claws.
That's exactly it. Like, here the talon's out. Wham, here it comes. I am Griffon.
I am Elephon.
I am Griffon.
I fly and poop.
And then upon I will be with my golden awesome. A good story, man. We'll be right back.
Hello. You're listening to another segment of Walking the Beam, starring Dave Anthony and Greg Barrett.
Nailed it!
Fucking nailed it!
Oh man, how am I not in voiceover?
I don't know.
I took you to such a fucking world.
I don't know, dude.
A world of magic and mystery.
That was
and little fucking elves with giant penises and balls. Okay.
I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what any of that is.
Of a mysterious island where there are elves with giant penises and balls. Elven Ball Island.
I would like to see...
That's what's in my mind. And that's what that beautiful voiceover brought up. Winged elves, mostly testicles.
Here's what it is. This is what it is. In the Darwinism of mythology,
yes,
there were these elves.
Sure.
They were winged. They were small, and their wings were large.
Yes.
Sadly.
Uh-oh.
Their balls were bigger.
Oh, God.
So they were grounded. They couldn't get off the ground. They could not lift their sacks. And the women had what we like to call distended penendum. Oh. I know I'm not quite saying that word right. And fucking ladies, I know you'll rewrite it a couple times. I know a couple people will get furious because of my mispronunciations. If you are not familiar with who I am now, fucking wake up. Daddy don't know shit, but he's going to use the word anyway.
Loves words.
Penendum, or I believe that's right.
You're talking about the vagina?
I'm talking about the vagina bone, which can be. That's why some girls get a fupa, a fat upper pussy. So, and that one's directly from my wife. Where you get fat upper pussy. Right, that's what gives it that. So that's what gives it that sort of cloven hoof look.
Oh, yes.
Or camel toe with the gene, but then right. So this is an island where they didn't live long. They didn't live
have a
long.
short lifespan?
Well, no, they're no longer. Well, they're no longer a part of our mythology. They're a part. This thing. They're
the forgotten elves.
Right. What you described is from
Island.
It's from Greek mythology, but like the gods, which were real, because they made a movie out of Thor.
Sure.
These they only were only around for a short time. There was a time where their balls were wieldy, and then they became unwieldy, and they simply just lay on the beach.
What do you mean they became
with their legs open and their wings tucked behind them, and they could not even when they flopped over on their stomachs and tried to, they could only get a few feet off the ground before their balls would bring them crashing straight down.
And then eventually the sun just cooked their balls. Horrible fashion. If they're on the beach, the hot sun beating down on their sweet exposed genitalia.
By the way, this story reminds us of the customer or the listener. I was at 2 weekends ago. I was invited to participate in and had an incredibly good time at Max FunCon, which is the Jesse Thorne Sound of Young America little weekend comedy convention that he has in Lake Arrowhead, and it's an incredible weekend. I was very flattered to be asked to go, and there were many. There were people that had some guy actually thought about packing a clown suit.
Dude,
he was going to go clown from the neck
say that again
down
because you use so many consonants.
There was a dude who'd considered packing a clown suit. I do prefer a lot of consonants.
You added so many consonants to that word.
I couldn't help it. There was. Anyway, so there were many cuddlers there.
Yeah.
And I want to mention their names. And then it occurred to me that Dave and I sort of decided we cannot mention your names on the podcast for a very simple reason. The whole reason people like this podcast is they feel included. And I feel like if we mention people's names, other people feel left out. I don't want to do that.
Except Hitler.
Look, dude, cuddle him. Did we talk about that? Did we hear we talked about Hitler?
Yeah.
And somebody saying, "Hey, whoa!"
Yeah, we did that.
We did that. Okay, I can't remember because I don't know who we are. Anyway. So when you we go to the website and the Walk in the Room page and we read.
We
all
look
of
at the
tweets.
Facebook. You guys are.
We love it. We'll engage with you there. You can always at us on our Twitter pages. But if we start mentioning names, people will feel left out, and I don't want this to feel like a club that you're not a part of. Yeah. It's a club that you shouldn't be a part of. I feel like people who've been named here have been indicted, and they've been. We also don't want you to get called in before a grand jury.
No, because, very possible.
But we do know that we have much clown love for you. But so that is just going forward, right? You agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The motion is seconded. I don't want to feel like it's an inclusive club and we're not letting people in, and because we're just talking about certain people. Paul Armstrong does a poster. We'll talk about that, but we shouldn't talk about like comments or this guy, because also like people send me emails. And I get them, and I don't have time to respond. And I forget, and I go back, and I try to find them. And there's some very heartfelt emails, there's some jokey emails. Some people send me, like, check out this song. People send me other stuff, and I just don't always have time to go.
But we read it. We read all of it, and we get excited about it, and we do want to talk about it. We could spend here episodes just talking about some of the things that people have said, some of the things that people have done. So just know that going forward, because there were people that brought cake pops. There were pod cuddle T-shirts worn.
Pops?
No, I just took my dick out in front of Andy Ricker and in the lobby, and I just fucked it, and I didn't give a shit because I said, "This is who I am, okay, guys? You're wearing a flannel, you've got a beard, you came here on the large one-wheel bicycle. I am fucking a cake pop. I just had to make my stink. I had to show him who we were.
Stink.
I was showing him who the show was. Stink? Dave, don't get mad at me. I was showing him who we are." So, and they were. I mean, obviously they came for other reasons clearly than me, but there were a lot of really cool fans, and if you saw me there, and we talked, fucking tweet me and add me, and we'll, you know, and we want to see you. We want to see you come to shows. We'll
come to the show on the 27th.
Starfish Circus. Please, we need
Red Baron, Dave Anthony, Will Anderson, the Reigning Monarchs,
and special guests, possible special guests. Please come and be a part of it because and we will hang out afterwards. Like, it's not. Yeah. We're not trying to put any distance. We just don't want anyone to feel like, hey, I posted 10 times and no one's mentioned me.
Oh, yeah. No, don't. I generally mainline after a performance, so just so people wonder what's going on with me, I'll be a little bit...
I like to call it gluey.
Yeah, I'm a little bit gluey.
You're like gluey. It's like glue. You got glue kind of running through your veins, and you're sleepy. I go full racist. I don't know what it is, but after the show, I just am filled with a kind of white fever. A white fever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I will just.
You put on the Stormfront shirt. I
go Stormfront.
Yeah.
But that's just post show. That's how I unwind.
Sure. WalkingTheRoom.com. You can go there. You can sign up for the mailing list there, right?
Yep. WalkingTheRoom.com. There will be mailers for the Starfish Circus. There's going to be a donation page coming up where we'll give you opportunities to donate. There were people actually up at this Max Fun Con that were like, guys, one guy said, I give more money to people who donate than people who charge for their show. Get a page. Get a page. Don't be idiots. You guys are idiots. You could be. And the thing is, all we really want money for, and this is genuinely the truth, is to
and fucking hookers.
Is to just.
I just want to put heroin in my body.
See, Dave, that's when,
and fuck women for money.
No, that's not.
Is that so goddamn fucking hard for you? Fucking understand?
Or make T-shirts. Or make T-shirts that you can then purchase, corn dog and T-shirts being made as we speak, and just a straight up walk in the room T-shirt. And
also we would like to give to the Elf Cock Island
Relief Fund. Yeah, we did a concert for them last year with the Foo Fighters, and by the Foo Fighters I mean it was just Dave and I here in the closet, and it wasn't so much of a concert as
I'm crying.
We just get we get our we like to say get our weep on.
Episode 37, as it's called in the Walking the Room lore.
Oh, and there'll be more. I feel like a 37.
Oh, no, we're going to hit more bottoms.
There'll
be more bottoms.
Right? By the way, none of this is my manager's fault, by the way, either way. When you hear me say, oh, I had a meeting with my manager, and he said, I got nothing. I got nothing, too. I love David. I blame no one for my. I blame no one for my place in the world. I blame no one but me for my place in the world. But so you know, that will, one of those episodes will be upon us soon. I think.
I feel like it's coming
and something changes, and you love it. I mean, you listen and you go, oh, that's sad, but you love it because you know what? It's okay in your Dodge Neon.
Yeah.
Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
We're headed for another rut.
Here we go, buddy. The summer rut is upon us, and we shall be upon it like a griffon.
Thank you for listening, and we'll probably do more podcasts.
Glitter done.